everybody, Nikki D from 5 Dog Farm, and today me and my best buddy the Instant Pot are making a one-pot instant lasagna. I've just gotten the Instant Pot. This is my second recipe that I've made. We were so bowled over by the first recipe, which was a beef stew, that I thought I would try their lasagna recipe. It seems pretty straightforward. It's a half a pound of hamburger meat, a half a pound of sausage, which I love the combination of those two, really flavorful. A ball of mozzarella that is peeled. I couldn't find ricotta at our store, so I just substituted cottage cheese, the small curd. I made a few additions. Being a quarter Italian, I couldn't possibly make this without garlic or onion or Italian seasoning. So I'm adding those things along with more cheese in the Parmesan region because they only had the mozzarella and the ricotta, and I like the pungency of the Parmesan. So I'm adding that. Some water. I'm also adding wine and my favorite Worcestershire sauce, and then of course spaghetti sauce. I like to get Paul Newman organic if I'm not making my own. So I'm going to finish gathering these together. You take your lasagna strips and you break them, saute everything in the pot, then toss everything else in. We'll see what's going to go on. I'll finish chopping here, then we'll come back to when it's cooking a little bit, and then we'll come back again when we're eating. So, see you in a minute. Okay, so everything browned. I'm going to shut this off because, to tell you the truth, what happened was I went ahead and popped everything in, and it's a great non-sound movie because I didn't turn on my microphone. So you'll see me going and nothing happening. So I'm redoing this really quick because this is what happens when you're a one-woman show. So what it had me do after I browned the meat and I put all of my little additions in, which if you go to 5dog.farm, the blog, I'm going to have this recipe up. And you can go ahead and download the information along with the options that I added to it to kick up the flavor a little bit. Thank you, Pierre. Pierre says that he is also on the blog if you want to check about the dogs in the section there. You'll learn about Pierre. So they had us break these into bite-sized pieces. So I popped in the pasta. I popped in the 4 cups of water, minus a quarter cup because I added red wine because I like that little boost in flavor. You don't have to. You could put in a little bit of balsamic vinegar, a quarter cup of that. You could leave that all out. You could use broth, whatever you like. The recipe calls for 2 cups. I added the wine. I also threw in some red chili powder because Mr. Blue Jeans likes things with a little bit of heat, so there you go. Now, the really interesting part of this, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on, that kind of rocked my socks here, is, Gigi, could you get Pierre because he's taking over. This isn't his show. What really rocked my socks was the fact that once you do this and you put it back on pressure cook, you cook it for a whopping 5 minutes. That's it. So you brown the meat, which took me about 10 minutes. You pop in all of the noodles and whatnot. You leave the cheeses out. When the 5 minutes is done at it cooking at pressure cooking, you pop open the lid and you pop in your cheeses. You mix them around. They melt. You're done. So this recipe in essence takes about 25 minutes, which is wonderful. So we'll come back in a little bit. I'm going to start to get this cleaned up here. We'll take a look. We'll bring in Gigi, not Pierre, to do a little taste testing. And if anybody's going to tell you food tastes good, let me tell you, your mom's going to let you know if she likes it or not. So we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. Gigi's been a really good sport. I got this done kind of late tonight, and she was getting ready for bed. But she was more than happy to come taste test the lasagna, so it better be good. So Gigi, let's give it a go and see what we think. Alright. Now taking it out of the pot, the first thing I thought was I probably would have done the whole pound of ground beef and the whole pound of sausage because we are meaty people. We do like meat, so I'd probably change that about the recipe. I can't seem to get... You're much more skilled at your eating habits than I am, Gigi. What do you think?
Absolutely delicious. And your pasta is perfect.
Oh, Exactly. It's al dente, which is surprising to me as well. For me, I need to add a little Tabasco and a little bit more Parmesan because I like to zhuzh it up, as they say. But I would say we've got ourselves another winner. The sausage flavor really comes through. I think I might have added a little bit more red pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe a little more garlic.
Never too much garlic.
Hello. So we gave a little bit to Pierre as well. Well, okay, shh. We gave him a greenie, but we told him it was lasagna, and he's quiet, so it's good. Anyway, from Gigi and Nikki D, we're glad you tuned in. If you like these videos, go to 5dog.farm to see other ones, and we'll see you soon. Bye.